This Bangalore Lake Information System has been developed by the Energy and Wetland Research Group at Institute of Science to help in the policy making and with the appropriate decision to manage the natural resources prudently. The city of Bangalore was aptly known as the city of lake, or the wetlands or lakes in Bangalore were the true treasure of the city, the evident from the historical record. In the 1800, the city of Bangalore of 740 square kilometer today had about 1452 water bodies, and we had 80% green cover. Because of this the natural resources like the vegetation cover and the water body, the city enjoyed the climate which is appropriate for the people to reside and also the pensioner to reside in the city. The city had enjoyed a climate of with a temperature of 14 to 16 degrees Celsius during the May month, and in December month the city also had 0 degrees Celsius for the few days. There are the historical records also reveal that we used to grow the apples in the city at a place called Palace Orchard closer to Indian Societies. Now, when you look at the Bangalore lakes, that today before independence we had the 56 water bodies, and today we have about 216 water bodies in the city. We have monitored all the water bodies, especially the water bodies with the water which are there throughout the year. We have monitored, and the BLIS provides the details about these lakes which are there in the city. When you look at the topography of the Bangalore city, which is an undulating terrain, it forms the three watershed. The historical record shows that the river or a stream was passing through this watershed, and people have put the bunch at regular interval, which that means the flowing water body is converted into stagnant water body, which form the lake. That's how the city of Bangalore enjoys the lakes which are natural, which are transformed from the lotic ecosystem to the lentic ecosystem by putting the bunds at regular interval to meet the irrigation and the drinking water requirement. So the city of Bangalore, way back before independence, had about 756 water bodies, and today we have about 216 water bodies. There has been a 79% decline in the water bodies over a period of 5.5 decades. And our study shows that city landscape has moved from the porous landscape to the paved landscape, evident from 1078% increase in concrete area and loss of 88% vegetation cover and 79% water body. We have provided the details of all the lakes that are live in the city, that are there in the city. There are about 193 lakes. The BLIS provides the details of the lake. The one can visualize the lake, the valley wise, and it provides the details about the water quality as well as the contaminant status and the biological organisms in the lake, which includes the microalgae, the zooplankton, as well as the fishes in the lake. So if you select a lake based on the lake selection, you can get what kind of algae, what kind of zooplankton and fish are there in the lake. Now, when you look at the services provided by the lake, the ecosystem provide the services which meets the needs of the society in the form of the provisioning services, regulating services, and cultural services. When we look at the tangible benefit, what we get from the lake in the form of the fish, water, groundwater recharge, etc., it amounts to about 10,500 rupees per hectare per day when a lake is unpolluted. When the lake is polluted, the worth of the lake comes down to 20 rupees per day per hectare because of the pollution or the sustained inflow of the untreated raw sewage into the lake. The enhances the nutrient content in the lake, which leads to the eutrophication of the lake, leading to the profuse growth of macrophyte. When the macrophyte growth happens, it doesn't allow the sunlight to penetrate. In the absence of sunlight, algae doesn't grow, and hence the fish population comes down. That's how the worth of the lake comes down from 10,500 rupees per day per hectare to the 20 rupees per hectare per day. So that shows that the livelihood of the people are affected when we pollute the fragile ecosystem such as lake. The people, the population such as fishermen, washermen, farmers are dependent on the lake, and the livelihood is dependent on the harvesting of the fish, fodder, etc. from the lake, which amounts to 10,005 rupees per hectare per day when the lake is not contaminated, as in the case of Chatkur, Rachinhalli, etc. Now we have also tried to capture the entire the lake ecosystem in the Karnataka. We have about 39,000 lake, the special distribution of the lake. When we look at it, almost all the districts in Karnataka have the lake, and especially the drier district have the higher number of lake. For example, S12 Kolar has about 4,800 lake. That is how our forefathers thought about meeting the water requirement in the region in a decentralized way through the rainwater harvesting. The city of Bangalore gets the rain of about 700 to 850 millimeter, which amounts to 15 TMC. If we can rejuvenate the lake and retain the rainwater, this the city's water demand can be met to the about 70%, as the city requires 18 TMC of water. So now when we look at the ecosystem services, considering the regulating and cultural services, it amounts to about 1 million rupees per hectare per year. That shows the worth of the wetlands in the Karnataka and worth of the wetland in Bangalore, and aptly they are known as the treasure of a landscape. And also they help in remediation and meeting the requirement of the society in the form of the fish fodder, etc. They give the livelihood to the people. It's our responsibility to conserve this fragile ecosystem so that vulnerable section of the society gets the benefit of the lake. So while the elite section of society get the recreation, that means the lake is required for everyone. For the vulnerable section of society as well as the elite section of society, let us join hands together to conserve the lakes of Bangalore. So we have developed the BLIS. The BLIS will help in the advocacy as well as policy making. It is the responsibility of every Bangalorean to push the government of Karnataka to rejuvenate the lake so that we will have enough water for our children and a space for recreation for our children and elders. Let us make the city livable by giving life to the lake and also the green cover in the city.